Only 5 miles apart, but tonight these schools feel worlds away. It's the Battle of Longleaf Pine, and the winner takes bragging rights for an entire year. And the stakes even higher as both teams come in 0-3, desperate for that first win. Well, welcome to the Varsity 4 pregame show. I am Alessandra Pomprian, live at Bartram Trail High School, where the Bears host their biggest rival, the Creekside Knights, now our Varsity 4 game of the week. So let's start the show looking at the Varsity 4 keys to the game. Well, first, like I said, both teams are winless, but both teams have played tougher schedules. Creekside's opponents are a combined 9-0, while Bartram Trail's opponents are a combined 8-2. Can the Knights push history to the side? Creekside is 2-16 all-time in the series. What offense will shake off its sluggish start first? Both teams have made uncharacteristic mistakes in the first 3 weeks. And finally, the team that navigates the big rivalry jitters will be the one who wins. Both teams say this is the biggest game on the schedule each season. Which team can keep their emotions in check the best? Well, Creekside knows this feeling well. Last year, they were 0-3 heading into this game, but they got it all together, and at the end of the game, they actually won. It was the first time that they've won in 15 years in the Creekside Knights. They say they want to create a winning streak tonight, like I said, because they have lost 15 straight series games in a row.
Obviously, the kids are super familiar with each other. The communities are super familiar with each other. There's a lot of people who know each other, so it means a lot of things to a lot of people. But, you know, as a coach, and you just try to make sure that everybody understands just the next game on the schedule. And we have not played to the best of our ability, and that's all we're trying to do Friday, regardless of who's across from us. If we learned anything this year, this ain't last year, and that's okay. Every team's its own unique thing, so last year's game have nothing to do with this year's game, and they're going to be ready to play. Obviously, they're probably in the same position that we are. That's not happy about how they started. They haven't played to the best of their potential, and if they do, we're going to be in for a game. And we got to play to the best of our position to be in the game, in my opinion. So just trying to make sure that the kids understand that it's just 1 week, and regardless of how you know and who you know, it's going to be a fun night.
I played my sophomore year, we didn't win, but last year we won, and that was the first time we beat them in 15 years or something like that, and that was just a crazy feeling after starting 0-3, and, you know, the team just coming together. Like I said, we got better each week, and we just came and won that game. All the fans that go to this game, I mean, we've grown up with these kids since we were, since Pop Warner, Outlaws in middle school, so it's just a big game between a bunch of friends that just turn it on when they get on the field. It's probably the most exciting game on the schedule, just because it's been a rivalry for so long, and like I said, you've grown up with those kids, you know each other's families, you just want to win, beat them. So.
Well, the Knights may be winless, but that doesn't mean their season is over. Same thing goes for Bartram Trail. Neither team has started district play yet. And just so you know that if they win a district championship, they get that automatic bid to the playoffs. But just because they haven't started district play doesn't mean that this game doesn't matter a whole lot.
I wouldn't say pressure. I just say just keep us focused. You know, going in, it's a rivalry game. You know, going in against Creekside, you know, we both need to win. We're both 0-3, so just put our head down and keep working. A little bit, but, you know, I just block all the noise and just be me, be the best Arthur Lewis.
After the Varsity 4 pregame show, keep watching on News4Jax Plus for Friday Night Lights. Justin Barney and 1010XL's Ryan Hacker Green will be live from 7 to 9 p.m. breaking down the area's games tonight. They also will be taking live looks from the game of the week, 2 hours of the latest updates from high school football across our area. And you will find our sports team all over Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia, filming games each Friday night for our Varsity 4 football show. Catch highlights from our game of the week with Jamal St. Cyr tonight, and our Varsity 4 football show at 10:30 p.m. And stay tuned when we come back. The Reigns Vikings have only allowed 14 points scored against them. Why the Vikings defense is just so dominant? That story next when the Varsity 4 pregame show returns. Welcome back to the Varsity 4 pregame show. I am live at Bartram Trail as the Bears are hosting their biggest rival, Creekside, in the Varsity 4 game of the week. And if you can hear, the Bartram Trail drumline is taking the field moments away from the national anthem. But the Reigns Vikings through the first 2 games have been oh so dominant. You may be asking why so. That's because they've scored 125 points and only allowed 14 points scored against them. Well, News4JAX reporter Chris Wells spoke to two Reigns linebackers who say that's not enough. They want more shutouts on the scoreboard this season.
The saying is often defense wins championships. But the question is, what does a championship defense look like?
The main thing in defense is always violence.
You're going to fight, claw, grit, pull hair. We want to win. Everybody wants it.
Reigns has their eyes set on championships, and this defense, led by senior Travis Williams, says to be successful on Friday takes work every other day of the week.
It takes you knowing that today's practice is going to be hard, but how you going to get through it. If you get through practice, you get through a game. That's what we stand by right here.
Travis says defense is like a chess match, and he's in control of the pieces.
Well, I know where everybody's supposed to be at. I can tell you what to do. It's just the point. You got to execute it.
His counterpart in senior Tony Williams wants to bring the energy.
You know, everybody, they feed off of that, and everybody wants to get a big play. Everybody wants a big play. Everybody, you know, it's just it's contagious.
In the first 2 weeks, that's what the Vikings have done, but these seniors aren't satisfied.
First game, we jumped off sides a lot.
As we learning, we practicing, we asking questions, most important. 1, 2, 3. We feeling great right now, but you know, never satisfied, never satisfied.
And the only thing they say will satisfy that itch is a ring on their finger. Chris Will, Channel 4, the local station.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Well, Reigns is taking a trip down to the Orlando area tonight. They're playing Lake Mary kickoff at 7 p.m. And make sure you tune in each week to Varsity for a behind-the-scenes look at what makes this Vikings team roll. Chris Will is bringing you behind-the-scenes look each week. Well, this is just one of the many games that are the marquee matchups around our area tonight. But before we get to the top games, let's take a look at the national anthem performed by the Bartram Trail Bears Marching Band.
Leadership and command of Lieutenant Colonel Antoine Lefebvre and Master Sergeant Sean Myers. Other brothers Sophie Wagner, Brendan Bryant, and Crystal. Before we honor America in the playing of our national anthem, please join me in a moment of silent prayer and reflection as we remember the morning of Tuesday, September 11, 2001. At that time, our country experienced 4 terrorist attacks that took place in the Twin Towers World Trade Center in New York City, the Pentagon in Washington, and in the small Pennsylvania, New York. These attacks resulted in 2,977 fatalities, over 25,000 injuries, and substantial long-term health consequences for many. Yesterday was the 24th anniversary of the greatest terrorist attack in our nation's history. Please join me now in a moment of silent prayer and reflection as we remember those that lost their lives on that fateful day. We also remember those brave firefighters, police, emergency personnel, doctors, nurses, and first responders who came to the aid of many on that day. Thank you, and may God bless America. Please remain standing as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem by the Spirit of Bartram.
You're watching News4JAX Plus.